every year's different, every team and opponent, but the fact that you guys have gone and won 3 bowl games against big opponents the last 3 years, you already detailed your plan for bowls. You and your coaching staff take extra confidence of what has worked the last 3 years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I go back and I've looked at all of our bowl preps, and things I'm always making notes, things I like, things I don't like. This year's a little different because we did play a 10th game, 10 straight weeks. We played the championship game, and so that's a little different. Whereas Oklahoma, I think they started prep on Saturday, but they've been off for a couple weeks, and so I think you've got to be smart with how you plan, and you don't want to over prepare. I think that's the worst thing you can do. I think you got to keep it up tempo and great energy, and change the things up as you go through practice, and we've got a good plan. But certainly we have a lot of confidence in what we do because we've had success, and that doesn't mean we're going to win the game. I mean, you got to go play the game and earn that. But I do feel like that we've had great preparation for our games.
Is it an advantage for Oklahoma that A, they did not play a conference championship game, and then B, they didn't have the awards circuit that you and Deshaun, Shaq, other people had?
Nah, I mean, it's just Shaq and Deshaun. I mean, Deshaun was here till Wednesday taking finals, and went up to drove up to Atlanta and did the thing Thursday night. Had a dinner Wednesday night, and then did the thing on Thursday. Flew to New York, had a good time. Came back with me on Sunday. And, that's not a problem. He didn't miss anything. And then Shaq just flew out and he had the Nagurski, drove up Charlotte in Nagurski on Monday, and then flew out and had a good time in Houston. It's fun for his mom and them, his sister, to be able to go and experience those things. But no, that's not a distraction at all. These guys have all been taking finals. And as far as Oklahoma, it's probably an advantage for them not playing in a championship game as far as getting in the playoff. Because I think anytime you have to go and play a championship game, I'm documented on that. I don't think that's right, but that's the way it is. I don't sit around and worry about it. It worked out for the Big 12 this year. Who knows moving forward? I've been on all sides of that. As I said earlier, in '92, my senior year, I remember the coach was so mad because we were sitting there. We were 11-0, and we're undefeated, and we got to go play this 12th game called the SEC Championship against the Fun and Gun Gators. Coach Spurrier, they're 9-2, and Miami's just sitting at the house chilling. They're in, and they're 11-0, and we were 11-0, and we hadn't won anything. And that's why you've seen all those documentaries, the play that changed college football, because we were the SEC at the time. We were the only conference that was just like, what is this thing? And so we won the game, but I think that helped us going into that championship game. I really do. I think we had a great resolve. I mean, nobody gave anything to us. We had to earn every step of the way to get there to that championship, and we played very well. But it's kind of pretty much everybody now has got the championship thing except the Big 12. So I think that's a little different. But I don't think that's right. But it doesn't matter what I think. I just focus on the things that we control, the things that we matter. I don't worry about anybody else. We're going to play whoever it is. But Oklahoma's had an unbelievable year, and with the rules that are in place for their league, they've earned it. And nobody give them anything either. They've earned their way. They've played exceptional, all year long. But as far as us playing a championship game and them not, I don't really think it matters as far as what it's going to mean on December the 31st.
How about the routine? You talk about the routine still the same but this is a little bit different than a bowl game because it becomes a semifinal game to get to the national championship.
Nah, not really. It's still just a game. We don't really treat it any different. We'll win the game. So I don't think we need to change anything. I mean, Ohio State was a pretty big game. So LSU was a big game. Oklahoma was a big game. I don't think. I mean, this game just means we get to play another game. But as far as how we prepare and all that type of stuff, it doesn't really change anything. We're go about our business the same way that we always have, and put our best foot forward to winning the game and preparing the team and trying to go play a great 4 quarters. If we're fortunate enough to win it, we got a plan in place to get back and get ready to go play the next one. And if it doesn't go our way, then our season's over. But as far as doing things differently and all that, I don't really see a need for that.
Coach, you've often talked about how invaluable bowl practices are for developing those younger guys. You just alluded to it now. In your time in Clemson, are there a couple guys that come to mind as far as having made that big leap during bowl prep?
Oh, we've had tons of guys. I mean, tons of guys where we're like, by the end of bowl practice, we're sitting there going, okay. Kyle Parker was one. I remember we had him in bowl practice that year. We're going, okay, here we go. And we were able to really ramp him up. And that spring, he just comes out, and you could just tell that he was going to be a pretty special player. A lot of guys. I mean, there's just tons of guys, whether it's your linemen. I remember when Wayne Gallman was redshirted, his redshirt year, we're all watching this kid go, oh boy, this little guy's going to, when he learns what to do, he's going to be a really good player. Watching guys compete, watching how they respond, when we put them in really challenging, competitive situations. And when we kind of make it peer on peer, meaning it's not Mitch on Shaq, right out of the gate, or Noah Green on Shaq. It's guys that are matched up a little bit better competitively as far as where they are right now and seeing how they respond. Lots of guys, every year they catch our eye.